All right, let's see if we can do this with the wind. I know you're going to hear a bunch of wind and so forth. Background traffic, all that good stuff. It is definitely windy. There's an RV transporter right there. I forget which company he's with. I think a Maple Tree. And of course, what I'm driving, Geneva, and the Lucid Blue sitting right there behind it. I'm Tex Nolan, DTN, Living Life, and I am at a truck stop here in Missouri, Welcome Center, Marston, I think it is. Truck stop. Plenty of parking. RV parking up along the curve here. There's handicap parking along there. There's RV parking towards the end. There's plenty of parking spots. That's 2 truckers deep there. Beautiful rest area. Kids playing area. All those different things. Trees coming in bloom for purple. So those that like purple, there you go. And here's some things about driving. I'm going to pause this and go inside so that way you'll be able to hear me. But I'm going to talk a little bit about driving. And pause. Alrighty. I'm inside the unit here. This is one of those little short 19 footers. The back's a complete bench. And what I want to talk about, wind. Let's really cut to the point here. The wind on Horizon's policy is that in driveway, 25 mile an hour sustained wind is not drivable. Okay, it is drivable in physical terms, but not with an RV under their policy. Okay, which means that if you get into an accident or something like that, and there's reports, and they've got all these different road reports. Some people will see my post on Facebook about the different apps and so forth that tells you all the wind coverage. The thing of it is that what you will run into is 25 mile an hour winds or stronger, you are to pull over. Okay, so I am pulled over. Today's winds, whenever I pulled over, according to the wind compass, was 26.9 miles an hour sustained and 45 mile an hour gusts. It showed on drive weather that the next 25-30 miles down the road was going to be at 34 miles an hour winds and with gusts of 50 miles an hour. And there was even one spot I noticed that was at 58 miles an hour. So therefore, once again, under the safety, under the caution for you, the driver, that policy's been created. And getting the unit there, this unit has to be delivered on Monday. On Tuesday. Well, guess what? It's not going to get there until Wednesday. And they're not going to say a word to me. It's not the first time that it's been missed because of weather, but yet due to weather is one of the reasons why we do not rush. Those in a hurry, we shall pass tomorrow. Okay? Is the easiest way to go about that. I will tell you this much. While driving out there, it did whip this thing around a few times. It did push it from not one lane to another, but yet to the edge of the lane and things like that. So you can feel it. And if it's doing something like that, it's time to pull over. So yeah, definitely do yourself a favor and get off the road and driving an RV or pulling an RV. Now, tow away, somebody told me that it's suggested in tow away at 25 miles an hour for them to get off the road. I don't know. I don't think it's a suggestion at all. I think it's an actual policy, and therefore you choose whether to break it or not. I believe that all policies are guidelines, and guidelines are designed to be bent. So let's put it realistically. If you're in a spot that you know that the next 50 miles is covered by trees and forestry and all that good stuff and mountains to where you don't really have that big of a deal, okay, that might be a different story. But at the same time, I haven't been in that scenario to where that wind's been up during the time I'm sitting in those areas. So I can't tell you what the highway's really like. Driving 64 going through Virginia or West Virginia, whatever it is, North Carolina and so forth. It could be just as bad there as it is out here in the open plains of Missouri and going into Arkansas. So there's my thoughts, there's my 2 cents. I do recommend that for your safety. I'm not worried about what the company may lose. Company loses an RV, big deal. That's not the problem. The company loses a human being because the human thought they were pressured is not the best thing. So hence, you're not pressured. They are understanding to weather. Now, do like I do, bring up the app, show the sustained winds. Mine said 26.9. I took an image of that. I showed the drive-away route showing 34 miles an hour, sustained winds on the route. No, and then I also went to Weather Highway app and pulled it up, and it said 34 miles an hour, also sustained winds. So hence, I've got pictures from all 3 apps. I posted in an email, sent it into dispatch, and said, hey, traffic controllers, here's what I'm running into. I will be sitting until this dies down. And funny part is that one of them, those apps, which happens to be Highway Weather, actually says what time's the best recommendation time for me to leave to get to my location the safest, which happens to be on Monday at 5:53 p.m. I don't understand that one, but hey, that's where it put me down at. So we'll see. I'll see what tomorrow morning looks like here, and I'll decide whether or not I'm going to drive too much further or not. But I'll be sitting here, and we'll go from there. So there you go. That's what I'm recommending. Peace, love, and jelly beans, people. Y'all be safe out there. See you on the road.